Uh, you had an appearance on Impact Wrestling recently, and I remember the picture where it had like, I think it was you and Ben Carter and a few other people, and people were like, "Oh man, they're going for it. They're bringing these guys in." How did that come about? Who reached out to you?
So it was back in, I want to say like March or April. Alex Shelley was talking to me, Ben, and Trey about doing Future of Honor, which was supposed to be in May. That ended up getting canceled because of the pandemic. And Shelley's always been a big supporter of us. So once he went to Impact, he was pushing us to the people in charge there. We got the opportunity because of Alex Shelley recommending us. We drove down there. I think we got the invite in like a week's notice. We went down there to Tennessee and we got into the tapings, and we just had an opportunity to do singles matches on Explosion. It was really cool. And it was a good learning experience. It was my first time wrestling on, I guess, like a television setting. Even though Explosion isn't nationally televised here in the States, it is internationally televised. So wrestling on TV with those cameras and everything was very different, and it was a good learning experience.
Yeah, that's one of the things you always hear of about, even like the Performance Center. People joke like you got to figure out where the cameras are and all that stuff. But that was a real like adjustment and a new thing for you, right?
Yeah, they have cameras and things on independent wrestling,
Sure.
and there are certain companies that try to run like TV, but it's very different when you have these very professional, high quality cameras and lighting and all that stuff.
Did you get any feedback from anybody specifically, or anybody that was giving you advice or helping you out there?
Yeah, so the first person I got to talk to when I came back to the current was Chris Bay, and he
Oh,
gave me a lot of
nice.
advice on camera work and stuff, because he, to me, is one of the best people at doing that, finding the camera and all that stuff. So I got a lot of advice from him that helped a lot. I got to talk to Tommy Dreamer. Matt Stryker was backstage. I talked to him for a little bit. There was a lot of good feedback and a lot of helpful things that I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't go there, because I've never been around those guys.
And you mentioned Future of Honor. Is that something you're still open to doing? I know ROH is kind of running again, and I know that they're set to make some pretty big changes and adjustments there. Is that something you're still looking at possibly doing?
Yeah, I'm completely open to doing pretty much anything. I'm 100% a freelancer, so I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, which is my favorite part of it. It's like I still haven't found where I fit in yet, so I need to just experiment and expand. And a lot of people don't know, but I was scheduled to do Ring of Honor's tapings recently,
Oh.
but because of the pandemic, it got canceled and
Oh.
I couldn't do it. So yeah.
I know they're very strict too, because like when I'll interview their wrestlers, they're in a bubble like for 3 or 4 days. Like they're stuck there. Like, so I mean that is something that obviously you're open to doing, and you've appeared on Impact, Ring of Honor. We're seeing a lot of crossover there, and people that aren't nailed down to contracts getting unique opportunities. You have to look at that and say like, man, that's a good thing for me.
Yeah, I really like the way wrestling is right now. Seeing guys like Chris Bay or other Ring of Honor guys doing stuff with New Japan, or seeing MLW and AEW guys working together. It's really cool seeing all these brands work together to help each other out, especially during a pandemic when things are so limited. You're like getting eyes on each other, and everybody has a different product to offer. Like Ring of Honor's product is completely different than Impact's. Impact is completely different than AEW's. Everyone's is different, and they're helping each other grow, and that's really cool.